HappiDaze here, and we are doing day one of Grand Party. So if you just saw in our pull video, we just pulled Luffy not long ago. We're going to have him into some matches tomorrow, see how he slots in with the Vegapunk units, and see how ultimately he'll end up helping that Int team and what he can do to absolutely destroy their Free Spirit team. So look forward to some videos there. He was the character I wanted the most. So yeah, this is a much shorter GP match than usual. You don't need the full 15 wins, which is good. You only need 10 to get the full reward prizes there. I prefer they actually have this format all the time. I think it's a much better format. Let people who want to get the titles and that stuff fight for it. But I think if you had like 10 or 12 total wins for every season instead of 15 for all the rewards, I think it would be much better. But just my thoughts. I haven't really read the rule sets, to be honest. It's the first day. We can go against whatever teams we want to do and not have to worry too much. But as you can see already, there's just a lot of G5 units out there. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take on pretty much just take the strength team up front, then deal with the slasher team, my Free Spirit team in the middle, and then round up my final matches there with my own slasher team. I just think that that's a pretty good way to approach it. Free Spirit seem to do really good against the slashers. What is interesting to me is I'm not quite sure how they're going to handle this situation of S-Hawk, right? Especially on that slasher team. You see a lot of people using him to go ahead and do just a bunch of damage on the Luffy team. So I wonder if you're going to see a lot of people removing him from the slasher team, putting him on the Int team for Luffy, or if he'll just kind of stay where he is. So be interested to see how people ultimately play that and what they do there. So unfortunately for us, I totally forgot that you only get one burst if you have a Psy leader. Stupid rule, but I understand it's meant to nerf G5. Maybe you want to pull the new unit and use him instead. Completely get it. It is what it is. But like I said, we have unlimited retries that first day. So if we lose, it's not the end of the world there. And the good news for us, too, is that the same thing goes for their burst as well, right? So they can only use one burst against us instead of the usual two that they can have. So, you know, as long as you can survive this first match, I think it actually might in some ways be easier facing G5 captains like that, because if they can only do one burst, typically they'll do it on that second match, just how the AI works, unless they've updated the AI logic there. But it'll kind of force me to use the second match. So, you know, if you save it for the third match, if you have the type of advantage in that first match there, save it for the third match, you might be able to actually do some really cool stuff there. So we're just waiting for our units to go. Once they go, pretty much this team will melt, but unfortunately we have to wait for that to happen. Is what it is. Kobe should go ahead and help get all our strength units up to the front, do a bunch of damage there. Jackson come in and do some more HP cuts for us. And you can see our burst is pretty much charged, and finally Luffy goes. He'll just do a ton of damage against everyone there. We're going to just go ahead and save our burst, as I mentioned, for that third fight. Their burst is just about charged, so I'd be curious to see if they're going to use their burst. I don't anticipate that happening, but we'll... Oh, actually, yeah, I guess they are. All right, so that was a little shocking. Usually they try to save that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. We're just waiting for Kaido to go. He should do some extra damage because he has low health. Kuma could do some damage to defense. Let's see if it's enough to end it. So this could be rough if we end up taking that burst from that Luffy. We probably won't survive that, most likely. Wow, we lucked out there with Luffy coming in clutch there and just sailing the match against the opposite team's Luffy. So, like I said, now we have a burst and they don't for the next two matches. So we'll probably just let this match play out as it plays out, see how it goes, and then we'll probably, like I said, save our burst for not match number 3, where we have our slasher team, who is just absolutely bonkers in terms of what they can do. Pretty sure they're probably the most OP team right now, just because of the amount of damage they can output, how fast they can output. It just makes everything much easier to get things done. So the benefit that we have here is, of course, we have the revive on the Luffy and the Zoro. That always makes it a little bit better, a little bit easier to take those shots. We're going to take a hit from Blackbeard here. Luckily, Luffy still holds on. That's good. Sanji's going to charge our specials, but everyone except Otamo is already ready to go anyway, so that's not that huge of a deal for us. Nami and Karina come in and rewinding specials, which will just kind of help make sure our guys can go. Make sure we don't take that burst from S-Hawk yet. That's good. That heal saves Luffy, so hopefully if S-Hawk does end up hitting the Luffy unit, hopefully we will be okay. Just because I'm debating whether to use the burst here. I mean, we could probably use the burst and take out a bunch of their units. But I think, like I said, I think we'll probably save it. Yeah, we'll just save it and save it for the last match there with Slashers, and it'll be just an easy victory there. So Luffy's still hanging on. He does not want to let go, which is awesome. On their back bench, they have Shiki, so obviously they have a team that's meant to kind of deal with Slashers, but since we don't have any Slashers out here yet, except Zoro, we do have Broggy and Dory in the bench, who I believe are Slashers, so I mean that would do some damage there, but not too worried there. Actually, you know, let's use it. Why not? See if we can end it early. Shiki is left. I was hoping that we were going to get Smoker to go before. That way to hopefully make it a little bit better. Okay, looks like Smoker will go next. So actually probably won't be that bad. Hopefully he can do some damage and special bind Brook, which is perfect. All right, yeah. So we won the first match of the day there without too much problems. Like I said, if you face G5 leaders, it'll be really interesting just because, like I said, they don't have more than one burst, right? That two bursts is really what makes them so broken. So there we go. First win of the day is secured. 5 gems. So you get 5 gems for every win, which is pretty awesome. That's why I wish they would kind of go to that. This person here is basically using the friend captain change from last season. So you can see kind of a bunch of random teams there, which is awesome. Shout out to this guy for helping out. I didn't see a Slasher team per se on here. So it really doesn't matter order-wise what teams we have go first. So I'm just going to have the... I'll probably do it in this order right here because we don't have to worry about taking a burst, or his burst will only do 500 damage, something small like that. So the good news is that doesn't matter too much for us, but should be a nice, easy victory for match number 2. And just a reminder that obviously the season is not as big of a deal because you only have to get 10 wins, but when you're done your matches for the day, just make sure to go in, set your leader to a non-burst captain leader, and just let everyone or help everyone to get up to 10 wins, get the max rewards, get the prizes, and hopefully get to pull a bunch more of the anniversary units that just came out. Jackson come with a nice HP cut there. We're really just waiting for our Luffy to go. He's kind of the main damage dealer of this whole team. Little HP cut there from Shanks. And Luffy's about to go, which is awesome. And Kaido's also ready to go, which should hopefully knock out this whole front line with the both of those guys going. So yeah, just wiped out the whole front line. That's good. They'll come in, and then hopefully Kaido can go ahead and wipe out the back line for us there. All right. Match is just about done. We just have just 2 people left there. They just don't want to die, but that's all right. Kobe's like, I'm not giving you a choice. Get out of here. All right, so that was a pretty straightforward victory for the first match of the second round there. And this will equally be pretty quick. Once the S-Hawk and Roger and Whitebeard end up going, I'll use my burst, and that will just end the match right there. So it should be pretty quick and pretty easy to get through match number 2 here. And as I mentioned, tomorrow I will be bringing some teams where we're getting that Int Luffy involved and probably switching over a captain to him. Like he's obviously meant to really counter free spirits really hard. So it'll be interesting to see, if people still keep that free spirit team out there, whether it's the Psy free spirits, whether it's the regular free spirits with the Nami Karina and the Zoro and the Sanji and G5 Luffy. It'll be interesting to see if people end up changing that out. I do think taking that one burst away is definitely a huge disadvantage. So I think you'll see a lot of people swap it out, and that's what Band-Aid is trying to do, is get people to, of course, pull the new unit and then use the new unit there as well. So we'll just go ahead and skip at this point. There's no point for us to really not to. Awesome. 2 wins there. 1 more, and we are done for the day, which is good because it's already getting pretty late here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this first team. I'm just going to have my slashers end up going first, and then I'll have the strength team go second, and we'll just kind of play it along. Like I said, again, they changed their captain, so that's super helpful for us. We don't have to worry about taking a burst, and we'll just pretty easily just kind of get through the content, hopefully without too much difficulty here. This is an interesting quick team. I will probably be running a quick team similar to this in the future. I did just build the Cross Guild in the part 1 of the 10th anniversary, and that was kind of the one unit I was really missing to make that quick team. It matched with what the meta quick team is at the moment. So super excited to be able to actually really take on strength teams. I kind of avoid them when I can, just because they can hit really hard or really fast. So a lot of times I try to just completely avoid strength teams when I can. And go from there. So it'll be interesting that I'll not have a good counter against them, at least for the first couple of days when you can see your opponents. It obviously won't help too much in the later days when you can't, and you kind of have to guess, but is what it is. So the back units here, obviously the Porkami and the Blue Jam can do 4K hits. You just got to watch out for that. Okay, yeah, so we got paralyzed. Nothing kind of too crazy there. Like I said, we're just going to wait. Let our guys get our special charged. I would say S-Hawk will probably go next, but it looks like he's still a little bit away from going. At least a couple more units will go before he gets a chance to go. There's the 4K hit I was talking about. And S-Hawk comes in just to wrap up the remaining units there. So nice easy victory for match number 1 of round 3, and then we'll get into a pretty quick match for round number 2. As I mentioned, the strength team is just crazy in how much damage I can output with this Luffy. He's nuts. Like he really remade the strength meta, which is awesome. And I'm super glad I had him. I did pull 1 copy of him in the 10th anniversary pull, so I can't complain there. So I think I'm a little bit away from getting him fully maxed, but I think now his, I forget if it has the last Sapper Super Tandem, but I think it should be up to 4 now, I believe, with the last copy that I just pulled from the 10th anniversary Sugo Fest there. Perfect scenario, so Jack's going to go first. Unfortunately, our Luffy won't be ready, but hopefully, we'll have Kobe coming around, which will hopefully move him to the front of the line, allow us to do some damage there. We're going to take a 50% HP cut here from the leader ability, but it's still not bad. I'm just going to use the burst here, not some of the backbenches coming in just to quickly clear stuff. And boom, just like that, the team is down, and we secure win number 3 for the day. So like I said, these videos in the next couple of days might be a little bit more on the experimental side, as opposed to kind of going full out for 15 wins, because we do have some ability to not have to go so hard and face a lot of teams in those last couple of days that are just kind of unfair. So that will wrap it up for this video here. Just a quick reminder, when you're done for the day, just go in and set your leader to one of the non-burst leaders, like some of those people did that you saw on the video today. Just makes it easier for everyone. Like I said, you can see all the teams up to 9 wins, so it doesn't become really that critical until you get to that point, because people can see the teams up to that point and rearrange. But at least having a non-burst leader just helps people out. So that's gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how your day 1 of Grand Party went. Hopefully it was nice and easy. If you use G5 Luffy, the new int G5 Luffy, let me know what you think of him, how he's doing. And are you going to switch to him instead of the Psy G5 leader? So let me know. Love to hear in the comment section. Be kind to each other.